Hey, BA, I know you said yesterday that, the perception is that Antonio Brown quit. We still saw him walk off the field, but he wouldn't go in the game because he was injured, and now he's no longer part of the team. Can you fire a player if he won't go because he's injured?
I don't know that he was.
Did he say that he was, or was there a dispute
No.
about that?
No.
He just refused to go in, or can you tell us more about it?
Not really. I mean, what happened is pretty obvious what happened. So, he left the field and that was it.
Okay, thanks.
We'll go to Greg Allman.
Bruce, just to clarify on AB, so you didn't tell him to leave. He left completely on his own in this thing yesterday.
We had a conversation and he left the field. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Bruce, I want to ask you about your running backs and where things stand with those. You lost, first you lost Rojo yesterday, then you lost Vaughn after that. Just who right now you expect to have available, at least in practice this week, and how shorthanded you'll be there?
Yeah, we're waiting to see on Rojo's MRI on his ankle, how severe it is. I think Keyshawn's got bruised ribs and hopefully he'll be ready to go. And got my fingers crossed that Gio might be able to get back. Kenyon Barner's ready, Le'Veon's ready, so we'll have somebody out there.
Okay, thanks, Bruce.
We'll go to Ira Kaufman.
Hey, Bruce, how willing are you to get Mike Evans this record, Bruce, on Sunday? I know you and Tom are thinking about it, but could that end up being a tough call if he's hobbled a little bit?
Yeah, if he's hobbled, there's no question about it. But seeing him today, he said he felt good, so we'll wait and see how it goes. Obviously, I'd love to have him have it.
Bruce, not that you needed any reminding, but the Jets ran the ball very well yesterday. So is that another example, Bruce, of the value of a Levante David to this defense?
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt, but yeah, but more of it was just flat missed tackles that we had. The 55-yard run should have been a no gain, and the other 20-yard we had him for a loss, but just make better tackles. But yeah, you can't replace Levante. He's one of a kind.
We'll go to Jenna Lane.
Hey, Coach. You've been someone that's expressed genuine care and concern for Antonio. How tough was it for you to see what happened yesterday and to make that call? Yeah,
it's very hard, and I wish him well. I hope if he needs help, get some. And it's very hard because I do care about him.
And was there any type of conversation with him before you made that decision post game? And was there any sort of mental health evaluation performed on him before he left the stadium?
I have no idea.
Did you guys have a conversation before you made that decision?
No, not once he left the field. I never saw him.
Gotcha. Thank you.
We'll go to Scott Reynolds.
Hey, Bruce, I just wanted to clarify. So there was not an issue with regards to injury. The conversation you had with Antonio Brown was not one regarding his ankle injury.
No.
What did AB object to regarding to what you said to make him want to leave the stadium during the game?
You have to ask him, brother. I know. I don't have a clue.
Okay. And then finally, was there any issue or displeasure on the team's part with the way that AB handled his rehab for his ankle injury?
No, none whatsoever. He was cleared to play last week, played good, cleared to play this week.
We'll go to Dre Knight.
Coach, you just addressed this a little bit regarding Mike, but you've got still got a lot to play for in this game. A number 2 playoff seed.
You're breaking up.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You just addressed this regarding Mike. You've got a lot to play for in this game, a number 2 playoff seed, but you got a lot of guys banged up. How do you strike that balance between
guys? There's no balance, brother. You play to win, and you play to get that second seed. That's huge, and we're not resting anybody. We're playing to win.
And as far as your running backs go, in a worst case scenario, is Kenyon Barner an option?
Yes.
We'll go to Evan Klosky.
Hey, Bruce. Just a couple of questions. As far as Antonio Brown, what emotions do you have as somebody who has defended him and helped keep him on the team for so long? And were there precipitating moments leading up to that incident on the sideline yesterday?
No, none whatsoever. And yeah, like I said, I care about him a bunch. I hope that he's okay.
Thank you.
We'll go to Evan Winter.
Hey, Coach. I hope all is well. Anthony Nelson, he's really stepped it up this year. Obviously, y'all have faith in him and have seen him flash before. But what are you seeing in particular this year that's really, allowed him to take his game a step further?
Yeah, man, his production has been really, really big, and got a game ball this week. Just continue to develop. He's got that length, and he's learned to play with power. Now he's got some good counter moves. He's learned a lot from Shaq and JPP, and yeah, he's becoming a really dual threat.
And obviously, you're going to be a receiver down with Antonio gone. Is it fair to say a receiver like Cyril Grayson might take that spot on the 53-man roster?
We'll wait and see about roster moves, but Cyril will be out there.
Thanks.
We'll go to Sarah Walsh.
Hi, Bruce. Obviously, this played out in such a weird way, right? And everyone nationally was looking at this. And I'm just curious, is after the fact, and you don't know what's going down once he leaves the field, but after the fact, was there any contact made by him to you or by his agent, or was anything communicated after the fact?
No, nothing whatsoever.
Thanks.
We'll go to Greg Allman.
Just from a transaction standpoint, will you guys be cutting AB outright? Does he go on like a did not report list? How will that work?
Well, that's up to Jason and what he wants to do.
Okay, Bruce, I want to ask you, at the end of the game there, I'm just curious. I know you put a lot of thought into these things. You guys got a touchdown to go up 2, where an extra point would have put you in a position where a field goal would only tie, but you went for 2. Obviously, it worked well. You got it. What was the logic there in going for 2 up 2 in the last minute?
The only way they could score was to block the kick. And we took a running. We're going to run. We're not going to throw it. We're going to run the ball, and obviously we got it. So, but just take away their only scoring opportunity.
Makes sense. Thank you.
We'll go to Mike Jones.
Bruce, obviously you guys gave Antonio a chance, and he helped you guys win a Super Bowl last year. You have him this year. Were there any type of regret? How will you look at this whole experience now that it's ended this way?
No, I have no regrets. I just hope the best for him.
We'll go to Robert O'Connell.
Coach, you've had a couple, big late plays by receivers further down the depth chart in the last month. First with Perriman, then with Grayson. Can you talk me through what is it about Byron's prep that has those guys so ready to contribute in those big moments when they're called on?
Yeah, I mean, he's a hell of a coach. He's got a great way of explaining things to guys in a very simplistic manner, and he's very calm, totally different than me. And yeah, he just has them ready, man. I mean, they bought in. They're doing everything they can to get better, and they're really showing up on the field.
Thanks, Coach.
We have time for a few more. Next, we'll go to Rick Stroud.
Bruce, I appreciate your patience on all this. I really do, but it just seems illogical. And I know he's emotional, but you said you had a conversation with AB. Can you share anything about what that was before he left?
No, not at all.
We'll go to Jenna Lee.
Hey, Coach, I know you said before you didn't think it had anything to do with the ankle. If a player does not feel okay to play in a game, how can they communicate to you guys that they're not feeling well enough? And how do you respond to that if a player says, I'm not feeling well enough to play?
They go to the trainer, and the trainer tells me he's out.
Last question will come from Scott Reynolds.
Bruce, Devin White was credited with just 2 tackles yesterday, which was a career low, and surprising considering the ball was run 26 times by the Jets. It looked like he had trouble getting out blocks. I think he had 4 tackles last week at Carolina. Is his hip injury, is that lingering? Is that a reason for his low production, or is it just not simply shedding blocks and being in position to make the tackle?
Yeah, it was not his best game, that's for sure, but he's not hurt, no.
All right, that's all we have time for. Appreciate taking the time, Coach.
Thanks, guys.